This time we're doing a Neutralize Field Commander mission again, and we may encounter the Hunter, so as expected, we're bringing the Templar for the adversary damage bonus. Other than that, we have our Phantom Ranger to scout for the squad while our Reaper is away on a covert action. A Grenadier with hollow targeting. We're bringing a Skirmisher, with the intention being that he'll use Justice to pull the commander towards us, so we don't have to chase him. We have our Spark, who has a shiny new toy for this mission. And we have our top-ranking Sharpshooter, because I want to try and get her promoted before we go on the Warlock Stronghold mission. As mentioned, we've now upgraded our Spark to the Elarium Phase Cannon, so now they're going to be doing significantly more damage, especially during overdrive chains. I also wanted to get the Grenadier Cannon upgrade, but we didn't have quite enough supplies. But we did have just enough to finally give our Templar an upgrade. Now he has the Tier 2 Tempest Gauntlets, so he's also going to be doing a little more damage when rending. We then have the usual equipment. Talon rounds on our Ranger for the crits as always, blue screen rounds on our Sharpshooter and Grenadier for the mechanical enemies, and then we've given our Mimic Beacon to the Skirmisher so that he can still take his first shot and then throw the beacon out if needed.
Menace 1-5, we're tracking the Advent General and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location. Sweep the area and eliminate the target along with any other hostiles that stand in your way.
You'll notice that we actually have an elite trooper in the squad for this mission. This is because we equipped the double agent resistance order at the start of the month, giving us 7 units total. As is standard for these missions, we want to try and spread out and find the Advent Commander as soon as possible.
Confirmed.
We've already found our first pod, but we can only see a Spectre. When we move closer, we can see it's a Spectre and an Archon.
A long run.
There's not enough spaces to put all our units on the platform. If they patrol towards us and spot a concealed unit, they might take a shot. We'll just keep our Spark and Sharpshooter in high ground for now.
It's far, but I can reach it.
They're not moving. We could sneak around them and try to find the commander first, but we don't want them to patrol into us later. I want to start with our Grenadier, but there's no cover she can move up to, so we need to move our Ranger out of the way first.
Position confirmed.
We'll start by hollow targeting the Archon, so it's not as difficult to hit.
They're on to us!
The Spectre is relatively harmless. If we can kill the Archon first, then it shouldn't be a problem. This is a 100% shot, so it can't raise it. The Archon is only at 4 HP now. We can use face-off to finish off both it and the Spectre if we soften it up first.
Multiple threats eliminated.
We'll have to get that focus later. We don't want to move up too much, because there could be other pods nearby.
Optical sensors on overwatch.
Any disturbance.
Now we've broken concealment and have people in front, we can take our skirmisher up top.
I will not waver.
We're picking up an inbound advent transfer. The aliens are going to try and extract the general from the AO. Don't let him get on board that ship.
Better be careful.
We did get the hunter as expected. It looks like he's learned a new ability, the chance to return fire against missed shots, which can be quite dangerous on him.
It's dangerous out here.
The hunter has a chance to apply bleeding each time he shoots you, so he can potentially do a lot of damage if you let him take shots.
We just picked up a unique signature. One of the Chosen is here. That thing is only going to make trouble for us until we deal with it.
Enjoy these final breaths.
He can see concealed units, so I'm worried he might see us coming. If he's up on this ledge, he can probably see down through these gaps, so I'm going to try and get my Phantom Ranger away from him. He could still see us from all the way over here, so now we don't have a scout. We'll send our Spark in first, because if we reveal a pod, then we might get a shot or two from Hunter Protocol. No contacts, so now we can send our Templar in to collect the focus.
I bet that light show of yours is real impressive among these poor saps. Hey, Templar.
Finally!
We'll leave our sharpshooter up top to long watch.
No one gets spotted. Tracking on
Come
sight.
get some! Deflection!
We've got our next pod, a heavy mech, stun lancer, and a spectre.
Concentrate.
Start it up!
I see you. Time is running out, Commander.
We want to remove the mech's overwatch first. I'm not sure how, but I didn't realize that it was our Spark that could see it. We could use our sharpshooter to hit it, but she's being marked by tracking shot. What I decided to do was take the shot anyway, and then use combat presence on our skirmisher to give her another action to move out of the way with. We just need to check that he can actually see her first.
It's down.
Fight on!
We'll move her up with the rest of the squad for pistol shots. Now we need to kill the stun lancer. We can hit them both with a grenade. We'll move up slightly, because we still need to find the commander.
Let's do this. Here, catch!
I accidentally missed the stun lancer's cover with this shot. We could use Volt to guarantee it, but I want to hang on to my focus for the Chosen. Instead, we'll just use our trooper's grenade. Their aim's not that great anyway, so this is a good use for them.
I think Advent's been letting some of the rejects slip through production lately.
It's a little early, but we could use teamwork to give another action to our Grenadier. The Spectre is going to be very hard to hit behind that pillar, and it's indestructible.
I am with you.
Not much of a hit.
Then we can use run and gun to get close enough for a shot. We have to stand out in the open to see it, but it shouldn't take any shots, because they almost always try for Shadowbind first.
Don't slow me down.
We'll try with our Ranger, not because I expect to hit, but because we want to give the misstreak bonus to someone else.
That all you got?
One thing I didn't consider is that the Hunter might take a shot at someone out of cover when he activates, so we'll play safe with our other units.
Preparing to re-engage. Scanning for targets.
Ideally, we find the commander first before we trigger the Hunter. We'll send our Spark out to scout again.
Affirmative.
This was a bad move. I didn't realize how close we were.
So, you went into the Advent black site. I'll bet you found more questions than answers in that place. It's not a pretty sight.
We've activated the Hunter, but he's still quite far away. Our Templar is blocking the ladder up, so we'll move him behind the wall. That way he'll be close enough to rend next turn. Our Grenadier has an autoloader. We'll move her further along so that the Hunter has to get closer in order to take a shot.
Ready to engage. I'm on it.
The good thing is that turn timers also pause when the Chosen is activated.
Anyway, what's wrong? Didn't like the way deserters sounded?
Grouping our units together like this means he's more likely to throw a concussion grenade, but we need the height bonus.
Seems doable.
We'll keep our sharpshooter back here and have her long watch.
Scanning.
Overwatch protocol.
Our trooper can't hunker down, so we'll also overwatch. There's no point taking a shot at 30%.
Things are about to get even more interesting.
2 stun lancers is pretty dangerous. We may have to use a mimic beacon.
Went off the armor.
Maybe a flesh wound.
I suppose that's why the Elders want you back on the tactical side, Commander.
That was extremely lucky. I was expecting him to go for the spark. We were able to get some great damage on him though. We'll start with the rocket, because he's weak to explosives. We want to hit both him and the stun lancer, but it seems like we can't quite get the angle. We should only have to move one tile in order to be able to shoot over the railing.
On approach.
Our Templar will do 8 to 10 damage, or 9 to 11 if we grab the focus first. We need a little bit more damage first. The problem is we don't want to miss any shots and risk him taking a shot back. Ideally we'd take our ranger in for the flank shot, but run and gun is still on cooldown. Our sharpshooter has the best aim. If we move our ranger, she can get up top for the height bonus.
I should be out there hunting.
Understood. Moving out.
We should be able to bait with parry, so we'll take a lightning hands at the stun lancer first. Then we'll risk the 86% and use face-off to hit both of them.
No longer a
I
threat.
almost feel bad.
Now we can finish him off with our Templar.
Idea what they're in for. I'll chalk that up to beginner's luck.
I strike for my people.
You might be the first to ever take me down more than once, Commander. Don't get caught.
The classic melee issue, we activated the other pod. It's the commander and a stun lancer.
Resistance is here to stay, Commander. Now we just have to find that thing and put it down for good.
We'll take our skirmisher down and throw the mimic beacon. It needs to be in a position where the stun lancer can see it. That stack of crates might block it. Then we'll take our grenadier in for the point-blank shot. She's technically flankable here, but the commander should go for the mimic beacon.
Here I come.
We'll guarantee the kill with a grenade. We have to be careful where we place it though. We'll run our Templar as close as possible. We don't want to let him get away from us.
Target identity confirmed. That's the General. Take them out before they can escape. We won't get another shot at this.
Getting a little toasty here! It hurts!
We can use Justice, but he's in full cover, so the chance is pretty poor.
A focused strike of power!
Our grenadier's on fire, so we need to send her to a piece of cover to hunker down.
Tired of waiting around. Holding!
We'll get our trooper to grab this loot before it expires, since their aim isn't that great.
There better be something there.
We can try stacking a misstreak bonus again. Overdrive is off cooldown, so our spark can come down and get a couple shots.
Movement engaged.
Moving on target location.
We could also try giving an extra action with combat presence. Ideally we'd try our Templar, but the skirmisher can't quite see him. So first we'll take a shot with our ranger and get the misstreak bonus. There's no point overwatching, because he'll just shoot into the cover. Then before we take our last shot, we'll give them another action.
My power is yours.
But before we keep shooting, we'll game the system a bit more, and take a pistol shot for another misstreak.
Adjusting sights!
Missed intended target.
He's low enough that we should be able to get him next turn. He's just going to go for our Templar, who's parrying.
The invaders move against me.
If we can roll max damage, then we can kill him here. We'll move here to block his way out.
A righteous strike!
Menace 1-5, kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We have confirmation. Mission accomplished.
That was a very difficult mission. We were lucky that the hunter didn't hit our grenadier and cause her to bleed out. Next time we fight him, we should consider bringing some medikits just in case. He's getting so tough now that we can't guarantee we'll kill him as soon as we see him. Other than that, it was a clean mission. We didn't take any injuries and we were able to kill the commander. We didn't get a chance to use justice for it, but it's always good to have options.
The elders would have us believe that the chosen are beyond our reach. Immortal children to immortal gods. Both will fall.
We managed to get quite a few promotions. For our sharpshooter, these two abilities are interesting. Steady Hands is a passive that gives you +10 aim and crit chance if you don't move for a number of turns. Whereas aim gives you a bigger bonus, but you have to hunker down in order to get it. The problem is it's rare I find myself in situations where I'd want to hunker down. If you can't see a target, then it's usually better to try for the Overwatch shot instead. So we'll go for Steady Hands. For our Templar, we're going for Deep Focus. You get more mobility and damage for every level of focus you get, and Deep Focus just increases that maximum up to 3. It's just a really solid ability that makes your Templar better across the board. If we'd had it on that mission, we might have been able to do a little bit more as well. Invert can be really good and it can be used to do some really clever things, but it just requires a different type of thinking. I usually worry that by switching places with an enemy, you'll then trigger another pod as well. And then we've also managed to reach Colonel level with our Spark. Your choices are basically to become the ultimate tank, or to do a little bit more damage. As you've probably realized by now, I prefer to take abilities to do more damage. Sacrifice can be really good in certain circumstances where you're expecting to get hit, but I'd much rather have the ability to occasionally throw out 6 damage for free if an enemy stands next to you, such as a Chrysalid.
Another impressive effort, Commander. My expectations were high, and yet you have exceeded them.
We have the option for more alloys and Elerium. I think we're good for now, but we may come back to those later.
Setting course for Sector 3, Brazil.
If I were you, I'd leave it alone, Commander. You have no idea what's waiting for you down this path.
Alien facility coordinates locked in, Commander.
We've got a new alien facility, but it's actually only one region away from our current network. In fact, it only costs 40 intel, so we may end up coming back for this at some point. Bomb Squad isn't that exciting as a continent bonus, but it's good that it's so close.
If I can't get to you directly, Commander, then I think it's time I root out all these little friends of yours skulking around out here.
Our friends in the Resistance are paying a heavy price with the Chosen running loose. We should do what we can to take them down before they hit again.
When inspired, our team is actually quite efficient.
We'll quickly do the Spectre autopsy, since it's instant now. It gives you a one-use item to re-enter concealment, not that useful. Next we'll go for the Storm Gun shotgun. There's not really anything else we need right now, except powered armor, which we'll probably do next.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Reading you loud and clear.
Now we can contact the Forge region if needed, which we might do next, but first we'll go get those alloys in Elerium just to make sure we have enough for all our weapons and armor.
No strongholds, no bastions to serve your fledgling resistance. I will see them crumble.
These Chosen are constantly hunting us to try and recapture you, Commander, and are spreading terror throughout the Resistance as they go. We'll need to pay close attention to each one as they gain more information about our plans.
I'm glad to see our joint effort paid off like we hoped. We picked up some new information on the Chosen during our last covert action.
If we want to take out the Chosen once and for all, we should move to strike their stronghold. The Resistance has found our access point. We just have to make use of it.
Now once the Warlock reaches 4 bars of knowledge and can launch an attack on the Avenger, we can just go and immediately do his stronghold mission. We also managed to get a Colonel Ranger. We'll outfit them at a later point. It's nearly the end of the month, only 2 days left, so we'll only be able to do one more covert action. Normally we'd be thinking about doing reduce avatar progress to keep it in check, but it's still only at 7 bars, so we'll try to quickly do one of these breakthroughs before the month ends. We'll do improved cannons. With the mod that I'm using, it also applies to sparks. There's no chance of ambush, so it doesn't matter who we pick.
We will work hand in hand with our new allies.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
I admire your tenacity, but at this rate, your days are numbered.
The Warlock still hasn't managed to get to full knowledge, so we've still got a little more time before we need to do his mission. While the risk of ambush is worth considering, this is the first time we haven't had several bad dark events in a month. Having more armor on some enemies could be annoying, as could always having a chance of ambush or extra faceless civilians, but we should be able to handle most of these. We shouldn't need to change our resistance orders. We could use ballistics modeling to speed up our weapons research, but we only have the shotgun left to go now. We could have put it on earlier, but it seems like the scavenger's order actually helped us get that huge cache of alien alloys last time. We'll divert to get these supplies. Last time we couldn't afford the Grenadier Cannon upgrade, so we'll make sure we have plenty this time.
Commander, the aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast.
We are victorious, and the cause is advanced. We have learned new things, new tactics to be used against the Elder's servants. If you would order it, we will make it so.
Nothing really that exciting this month. We'll take another look down the list to see if there's any promotions. There's a promotion on this counteraction that we might want to come back for. Before that, we'll do reduce avatar progress first though, to get the bar back in check. We'll send our Templar to get the dodge bonus, in case he's ever caught out without a parry. Since it has a chance of ambush, we'll go with our usual pair of Templar and Ranger. We'll give her a shotgun because we plan to upgrade them soon.
My followers will lead this action to victory.
We'll go back to scanning these Alarium crystals.
Avenger plotting new course.
Given your limited resources, you would be wise to leave this site untouched, for any incursion will be met with swift reprisal.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
We've got a breakthrough for improved bullpups, which we'll do. The ballistics modeling order doesn't count for these. They're always 5 days. You can't speed them up.
I will send word as soon as we have something of note.
have the position of a vulnerable UFO that's set down in this region. If we move fast, there's a chance we could recover a nice haul of supplies and equipment.
Once you begin approaching the late game, you start getting these landed UFO missions. They're somewhat similar to supply raids in that they're meant to give you a lot of resources. The other thing worth mentioning is that you'll notice we've got another enemy unknown here, which is going to be the final enemy type that we're going to see in the campaign. That's going to be a fairly tough enemy that we'll need to be ready for. Other than that, we have codexes, specters, and heavy mechs, so we'll definitely want blue screen rounds. Finally, we're in the Warlock's zone, so we'll want to bring our Reaper and Mine Shields as well.
Setting course for Mexico.